guys, welcome back to my channel. This is not a very comfortable position. So, as you can see behind me, it's fall because the trees don't have their leaves anymore, and fall is going to turn to winter, and that means outside skating is going to be a teeny tiny bit a lot more challenging. So yeah, that's happening, but my motto is whatever you train in winter, you will dominate in summer. So this is the perfect time for us to, learn a few new moves, practice them throughout winter, and then when summer comes, you have those new moves to show off on the beach, wherever you are. I know a lot of you follow me from America, so you guys have some cool places to skate. Here in Europe, we have less so, but you make it work, So today I want to show you guys a very simple move, it's one of the easier moves that look pretty cool, and you can add into your routine as transitions, as it's just a bit of stylation, as I call it, and that is your dribble and your dribble pendulum. This is one of the first moves that I was really proud to master because it just looked cool, and it takes a bit of understanding what exactly a move is, but it's not that difficult. So let me explain to you first the dribble, baby steps up to dribble pendulum. So you may wonder well, what is a dribble and what's the dribble pendulum and what does it look like? Well, it's sort of like this. Now for this move, I would advise you to take off your toe stops. I have jam plugs in, which are like these small little nubs that help keep my flap on, but also I could still use it in emergency situations to stop, but it's more for all of these turns and pivots and stuff like that. Why it's better to take it off is because your toe stops tend to be very big, and they block you from going all the way to the front as you should. Now this can be scary, I'm not gonna lie. The first week of taking off my toe stops was actually quite scary, but you get used to it very fast, right? The only issue is stopping, but I taught you guys some other stops that you could use in my 5 drills video, I think. I'll link it off in the description box and up in the cards. And you can use those stops instead of using your actual toe stops. So let's start with step 1. Step 1 is understanding what you're actually doing. Right, so what you're doing in a dribble is you start with one leg back. My weight is on my standing leg, so I can lift this leg up slightly in my pose. I'm not completely in my pose, but I'm slightly in it, so my weight is on this hip. I start with one leg back on my toe wheels, right? My core is tight. I'm still in my skating stance. I'm not standing straight. My standing leg is bent a little bit. And then I bring, on my toe wheels, the back leg forward, planted on all fours. And at the same moment as I planted on all fours, what was my standing leg now pops up on the wheels, right? So I shifted my weight from this standing leg to this standing leg and changed it. Right, so now my weight is on this hip. This is my standing leg, this leg is in the back. I bring it forward, plant, switch. And this switch happens simultaneously, as well as my weight distribution. Change happens simultaneously. I'm in the back, plant it, weight is on this leg now. Leg is in the back, bring it forward, switch. Right, my weight is now on this leg is in the back, bring it forward, switch. And you see simultaneously, when I'm going forward, I'm sort of dragging this leg back. And why I'm doing that is because I want to stay in one place. If I don't do that, I'm going to go forward, right? So I need to drag it back so I stay in place and I don't move. Now, this switch is something that you really have to work on. It might take you a few tries to get it right. It might even take you 1,000 tries to get it right. But it's because your brain has to think about 2 things at the same time, namely bringing this one forward on the wheels, switching to the other one on the wheels, switching. while simultaneously dragging this leg back or this leg back to stay in place.
I see you looking fine, and I wonder if you feel as good as you look.
Once you have the leg movements right, what's going to happen is you're going to do this, and it's going to look very weird because only your feet are moving and you look like a penguin trying to waddle its way because your hips come into play. Your core is tight, but your hips are moving slightly side to side. Not a lot, because if you do it a lot, you're going to start going into your crazy legs, which is great for later. But for this move, keep it controlled, right? But you want to move your leg forward from your hip. Now, I'm already doing kind of a crazy leg movement, so let me correct that. I have to go straight. And what helps with this move is the more that you are bent, the more control you have over your back. When bent, core is tight. Once you have that down and you know what you're doing and it feels secure and you're not stumbling all around and it's really controlled, you can go fast, you can go slow, you can go fast, you can go slow. Then it's time to add in your pendulum.
If you let me make this something special, if even for a month, for a day, no matter what you say, I want you.
So for your pendulum, I find it's handy to be able to balance on both, on the front wheels of both of your skates at the same time. Why? Because for a split second in that pivot, you're going to pivot on all your front wheels. It's only a split second, but it helps to have that balance. I'm dribbling. They're the widest point, pivots, right? That's what's happening. And when I do it slow, it's very difficult because that balance is really key. But this is what you're doing. Pivoting, fast. You can try this for a few times, right? So you go from one leg on all fours, one leg on front wheels, then you pivot. Use your hips for that momentum, especially because you're starting from standstill. Pivot. Pivot. Now I did a whole video on pivots, so I'll link it in the description. You can watch that. But try to, learn your balance, even if it's just for a split second. Now try to build it up from 1, 2, 3, low. 1, 2, 3, low. And see what I do? I don't extend. My knees stay bent. It's like I'm pressing a gas pedal, right? Gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal. Now try that, because what you're going to do in your pendulum is while you are dribbling, when your feet are the widest point apart, which is this foot is flat, this foot is extended in a slight high lunge on the wheels. At this point, I'm going to use my hips and the momentum that I have from going backwards to pivot. And then bring it back, continue my movement. Right? Remember, core is tight, you're in your skating stance. That's the most important thing. And once you have it, you can kind of do multiple turns. Some people use this to start their spins because you have that momentum going, but it also just looks pretty darn cool. So, let me show you again. I start going foot in the back on the front wheels. As soon as I bring it forward and put it on the ground, my back wheels come up from the other foot. Then, when I go back with my foot that's on all four wheels, I bring the one in the back forward. They cross each other, and then I switch, switch, switch. I never fully extend. I always keep my core tight because that's where my balance is. And I bring my leg forward and back from my hips. It's a hip move. It's a dance, right? I don't just do it for my feet because then it's very robotic. This is not what I want. I want it to have flair. So my hips are guiding my feet. And that is it. So guys, that was my video on how to do a dribble and dribble pendulum. In our next video, I'm going to teach you guys how to do a pivot spin, which is one of my favorite moves of all time. It looks so cool. It took me a while to get it down, but I got it down. And yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends and family, and let me know what other types of moves you want me to teach you guys. You know, winter's coming, and that means it's time to practice so you can dominate in the summer. That's what we want. So yeah, it's fall/winter. The sun is setting already. It's like 4 p.m. It's crazy. The darkness is coming. So yeah, I'm going to stop, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.
I want you back.